Kim Kardashian is fighting back over a storm of criticism about her baby weight gain. Magazines claim the star's been eating 5 desserts in one sitting and deliberately eating junk food to help score a weight loss deal.
No.
Here with the details, commentator Angela Mollard and Dannielle Miller. Ladies, some of the international magazines have really been getting stuck into Kim. They even compared her to a killer whale, I think, in one outfit that she was wearing. I mean, it's getting a little unfair, isn't it?
Yeah, aren't they cruel sometimes? And I think...
Sometimes?
The UK and in the US, they tend to be particularly vitriolic. It's incredibly sad because although Kim is a very public figure and likes to disclose every minor detail of her life to us, she is at the end of the day expecting at the moment, and lots of expecting mums feel insecure about their changing body shapes, and surely hearing this kind of criticism can only be damaging for all mums.
But could there be something in this? Because we do know that Kris Jenner is a very, very canny businesswoman and has, you could say, managed, or some could say, exploited their daughters to a certain extent. Could there be something in this that maybe there is a deal on the table if she gains a lot of weight?
So what you're saying is she's putting on the weight so she can lose it, so it's more a better financial decision for her to do that. I don't
want to sound too cynical here, and I hate to do that because she is a pregnant woman, but she is managed. Her mum is Kris Jenner. As
a woman who put on weight when I got pregnant, I don't think any woman, and you know, obviously her older sister, it's Courtney, isn't it? She put on weight.
Something with a K.
Yeah, with a K. I think it's very unlikely she would do it, and she doesn't need the dosh anyway. So why would you put yourself at risk? I think she's just like every woman who is, particularly a woman in Hollywood. She gets pregnant. You do use it as a bit of an excuse to eat. I mean, heck, you know, it's the one time in your life you're not actually looking at your waist and your thighs and all that sort of thing. Totally normal.
Well, she is promoting a pregnancy as part of the new Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Have a look.
Pregnancy cravings?
This is a dream.
I went in his room and I saw Pop-Tarts everywhere.
Having a baby! Your life is going to change. This is supposed to be the best time of your life. You and you. I don't want to get pregnant. Do you know how miserable you are? I'm scared with a divorce. I'm probably going to have this baby being married to someone else. It's going to stress you out, and you're going to end up in the hospital.
So, Ange, you've worked in magazines, you know, the temptation, obviously, to run those pictures of Kim, you know, she has put on a bit of weight. Like, where does that sit with you as being a former magazine person?
Look, it's a commercial decision to do that. And also the argument with magazine editors is that it talks to every woman. Every woman's facing this battle, and let's position it as poor Kim's battle. In the UK and the US, they won't do it that way. Here they will. Here we will take the sympathetic approach because we're a much more, I wouldn't say we're more sophisticated, but I think we're more careful. There they're just open slather and they're out to get, they've obviously got to get their circulations up. It's very, very competitive. So they'll be much more brutal. Like we've seen the pictures of Kim with Kate, because they're Kate Middleton, because their babies are due at the same time.
Yes.
And these two, I think this is a really mean thing to do. I mean, for a start, Kate's a giraffe and the other one's a gnome.
Well, yeah, she's little. She's really little. So any weight she puts on is going to.
I mean, gnome in a nice
and how
way.
tall is Kate?
Gnome in a nice way.
Right, Romeo and Juliet.
I don't know. There we go. I don't know that we are that much more sympathetic here, particularly when it comes to deconstructing women and their body size and their body shape. Yes, we can frame it as in poor Kim's battle, but at the end of the day, we're being very voyeuristic and we're looking in at unflattering photos of her eating food, shock horror. And close-ups of her baby bump. And I think it's just really destructive because surely if at any stage in a woman's life we could stop the whole deconstruction, it should be when she's expecting a child. The emphasis should be on health and on the fact that she's meant to be growing. She's meant to be expanding.
The big difference, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the big difference I see here from a layman's literally point of view, from, you know, talking about this stuff for like a year and a half almost now here on TV, is that, you know, we were all talking about when Kate was almost underweight when she got married, and she's really had a lot of weight issues.
That's because no one's ever just right, are they?
No, but then we've seen Kim, and I've never thought that she's had any sort of health issues or anything like that. She's always seemed voluptuous, kind of, I mean, if I don't agree with everything she does, healthy at least. So this doesn't seem surprising to me.
You're absolutely right, David, at your point of view. But the issue is, and I hear what you're saying, body issue sells magazines like nothing else. Fat, thin, I've lost this after baby. You put a woman in a bikini holding a baby in high heels, which I just think is an utterly loathsome sight. I mean, who wants to... It's absolutely dangerous, but it sells. So you can't just say that the media is culpable, it's the consumer that's culpable as well.
So look, let's talk about Jessica Simpson, because she put on 32 kilos with her first baby. She copped a barrage of negative criticism, but now she's pregnant with her second child. The critics don't seem to be as bad.
Yeah, because they've gone on to fresh blood. I mean, they've got Kim to tackle now instead. And Jessica's an interesting one because she did accept a multi-million-dollar with Weight Watchers in order to lose her post-baby shape. And I think...
Assuming she's going to take that again after this next child.
Yeah, look, probably will. And I mean, I think absolutely magazines do feed on women's body image insecurity. And it's easy for magazines to say they do that because it sells, but we're not often offered an alternative to see if that would sell as well. And the research does clearly show that looking at those kinds of images that are artificial, that deconstruct women's body shapes, does impact on our sense of self, and it does have a huge impact on how women view their own changing body shapes, and I think that's really unfortunate.
So Reese Witherspoon, she's been positive role model. She gave birth to Tennessee, but she's just losing her baby weight slowly.
She's fantastic. So she's been out and about. She's been wearing bikinis. She's been wearing tankinis. She doesn't give a damn. She looks like a woman should look. Is it 6 months or so after she's had a baby? And you know what? She's fresh. She's talking about it. Kim Kardashian needs to get round to her house and get some advice.
Yeah.
Sit down by the pool.
Sit down.
Eating nachos.
Have some, maybe not nachos, David. A nice.
I don't know what she craves.
Plate.
And let's put the emphasis back on being a healthy mum with a healthy child, not all this yummy mummy nonsense. I mean, it's rhetoric that's incredibly damaging.
Yeah, interesting. Well, thank you very much, ladies. We talk about it all day.
I literally could, you know. I don't know why, but I could talk about that all day.
Coming up, Gwyneth admits she has one big vice.